Hey everybody on GenderqueerChat, it's Stefan here, and before I talk about the topic for today, I just wanted to share some awesome news with you guys. Um, I got a phone call this morning from my insurance company that I was trying to deal with for the last year to get to cover my surgery, and I was all scheduled to go to a hearing later this month for my third appeal. And I got a call this morning, and they were like, "Yeah, so we don't need to do that final hearing because we've decided to change our minds and award you the money." So, to all you people out there who are trying to get your stuff covered by insurance, definitely, do not give up. No matter how many times they say no, they will pay you to get rid of you. So, yes. Good luck to everybody out there who's dealing with similar things, and I'm so happy that I don't have to deal with this anymore. Okay, so on to our topic for today. We're talking about the gender Gumby. Hopefully you've seen the video explaining all of that and Sam's video. So I'm going to share with you my answers to those questions. Okay, so for desired gender anatomy, which I don't know why it's on the gender one, because it's just totally talking about sex. But anyways, first of all, I'm totally cool having a vagina. That's totally awesome. But I am glad with the changes that testosterone has done for me. So I kind of have a vagina penis right now, which is awesome. Definitely prefer flat chest, and I like my vagina, so I don't really want to have, a full-fledged penis with balls, all that stuff, unless it's an optional one that I keep in my drawer. I like those. Okay, so next we have gender identity is kind of in the middle, but a little more on the guy side. Same with gender expression, but it's a little bit slightly more in the middle, and then gender behavior, I put pretty much right in the middle because, I don't know, people really kind of saw me as a masculine female when I was as female, and people kind of see me as a feminine guy, and I don't know, yeah, for the perceived gender, I just put a bunch of squiggle lines, because there's really no rhyme or reason to why people say he or she, it seems. I could be wearing the same exact thing and get, different answers throughout the day. So, who knows? But yeah, and then for gender socialization, I put pretty versatile or slightly towards the female end, because I did have to wear dresses a couple times, but for the most part, I basically got to do what I wanted to do, so it was cool. But yeah, so that's that. And like some people, had commented on Sam's, we realized that this whole thing is really binary with the guy stuff on the one side and the girl stuff on the other, whatever. But I mean, it's still kind of interesting, and it kind of makes you realize more and more that I don't know, even though there's the spectrum, it still doesn't fit. So it kind of forces you to think about other ways to present gender, and maybe we can come up with some better ways. But yeah, somebody mentioned it's still two-dimensional or something like that. And I kind of like the idea of kind of the stars in the night sky kind of thing. Just everybody's gender is different, and it seems like there should be something kind of beyond masculinity and femininity. That genderqueer isn't necessarily a mix of those two aspects, but something else entirely. But I still haven't quite figured out what that is or how to explain it. But we'll keep going on with this for right now. Onto the sex Gumby. Yeah, I don't have, fancy little sheets, but I just made these up based on what Sam had. Legal sex is female at the moment. I have the paperwork to change it to male on my driver's license, but I can't change my birth certificate without a histo, and I don't really feel like doing that right now, so nobody really pays attention to what's on my license anyway, so I don't really bother. Um, let's see. Assigned at birth is female. Perceived gender, who knows? I get about half and half with strangers, and then, people I work with and stuff usually call me he. Chromosomal sex, I'm assuming is XX, but I have not been karyotyped, so who knows? Hormonal sex, probably, is pretty normal for, the female range pre-testosterone. While I was on testosterone, um, I was, obviously more than the girl range, but I was at the low end of the guy range. And yeah, I don't know if I'm still kind of like at a little bit higher than when I started, or whether it's pretty much the same. So I don't know. It'd be interesting to find out. And then reproductive organs and external genitalia is female. And then I also added a line for secondary sexual characteristics, because even though all of down south is female, I do have the flat chest and a little bit of a deeper voice and a little bit of facial hair and stuff like that. And so I thought that was a good category to add to that, because sometimes it doesn't match up. So yep, and not totally on the guy side, but a little bit more. So got that. And then the sexuality Gumby. Okay, so for gender identity of partner, I kind of base these on my ideal partner, which also happens to be my current partner, so that's pretty awesome. So, I prefer somebody on the genderqueer side of things. Gender expression I put as androgynous. Anatomy of partner, I mean, like Sam said, it doesn't really matter that much, because you love a person, you don't love their bits. You love their bits as part of the whole person, but not necessarily, as a separate thing. So, but it's just kind of based on, what I'm used to and what I personally find attractive usually. So I have, more on the vagina loving end. I like boobs, but they don't have to be, for huge. They don't have to be there at all, but they're nice. I like them. Like optional boobs. And then once again, vagina over balls. But that's not saying that I would never, date anybody who had the penis balls going on, because that would be fine too if I love that person and that's what they happen to have. So, okay, so the sexual role of partner and of self I put as basically the same thing: versatile and active. It's a little problematic that they kind of, I don't know, it's probably not intentional, but they kind of put passive on the girl side of things and active on the boy side of things, which is a little sexist. But, yeah, that doesn't necessarily mean top or bottom, because you can totally be an active bottom. And for sexual political identity is queer. Yeah. Alright, so, yeah, that was actually kind of, a fun little thing, and like we mentioned, it is problematic, and, maybe there's like some other sort of exercise that we can come up with as a channel that, is a little bit more inclusive, or a little bit, like, better to explain the gender and, sex and sexuality experience, but, for now, it's just kind of like a fun little thing to look at and, see where you're at. So, alright. I guess that is it for today, and I will see you all next week. Alright. Bye.